Latrell on the
dance floor.
Beep, 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 beep.
What's up, Growing Gang?
Hey, y'all.
What's good? Appreciate y'all for tuning in once again on this Growing Gang Friday. You know what the vibes is. Once again, thank y'all so much for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing because we got a couple of new subscribers this last episode.
God
so
bless
thank y'all for your support. We appreciate y'all. You supporting us gives us the encouragement to keep doing this because like we said at the beginning, we're only doing this because it's fun. And the moment it stops being fun, we're going to stop doing it.
Correct.
So keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing.
Yeah. And then, just in that same spirit, just make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel, Growing Together Podcast.
That part.
On Instagram, Growing Together Pod. And on TikTok, growing.together.pod.
What she said.
Yeah.
Yeah, so make sure you're, following us on the socials. Oh, also, keep commenting on posts. I appreciate the fact that people have transitioned out of our DMs and telling us that they enjoy it.
Listened.
Thank y'all for listening, man. Appreciate y'all for, letting us know that we have a voice. So keep doing what you're doing. With that being said, how was your week?
It was cool. My peak.
I'm glad you understand the mode.
Oh, hush. We didn't did enough episodes. I should. My peak this...
Before you get to that, I want to say this. I want y'all to join in on y'all peaks and valleys as well. Comment your peaks and valleys of your week. We actually read the comments too, so please comment your peaks and valleys of your week so we can celebrate your wins and your not so wins. Go ahead, peaks and valleys.
My peak this week, I don't know. It was just a very settled week. My peak, I guess I could say I'm just grateful to be alive.
Okay, we can take that. We can take that.
My valley, I had something, but it just literally left me what my valley is.
I'm surprised it wasn't me.
Why would it be you? I don't know what we're referring to here.
Why you got bad sleep?
I ain't gonna expose you over Beyonce's internet. I ain't gonna do that to you. I'll leave you alone.
I appreciate that.
I'll leave you alone. I don't know. I guess I would have to say my valley this week would have to be, oh my God, the women at my job are just not clean. I'm not gonna go into further detail about what that means, but I have a thing about public bathrooms. If I don't have to go in a public bathroom, I won't. I will literally hold it until I'm about to pee on myself, literally. And it only got to be like that once I got to college. It wasn't always like that. It was just if I had to go, as long as it's decently clean, I'm good.
Yeah.
But I got to college, and I was sharing a bathroom with all of the ladies on my floor. And it started there, my whole phobia about public bathrooms. And I recently realized this week that the women in my office at work are absolutely disgusting. They're disgusting.
So that actually rings true then, that they actually say that women's bathrooms are usually the worst to clean.
They are. And for me, I hate to see what your house look like if this is how you do just in general. It's not even that many women it's a small headquarters office. It don't even matter. It's a small headquarters office. And it's a very male-dominated office. There's not that many women.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure if there were cameras where the bathroom is, we'd probably be able to know who the fucking culprit was. But I digress. My valley is that women are just disgusting. They're just, some of y'all is just nasty. And I hate that for y'all. But I more so hate it for me because I'm going to be in diapers by the time I turn 65 the way I hold my pee at this point.
Crushing your bladder, boy.
I can't. Literally, the situation today at work is the reason why I hold my pee and I will wait till I get home.
That warranted a bladder hold. Fair.
That's true. That might also be my don't piss me off because Get y'all shit together.
I could give you that.
Oh my God. Like,
that's worthy of
it don't take nothing to just be clean, y'all.
But in that situation, I started to understand and think about why that could happen. They might also have a fear of public bathrooms, so they hovered. And in hovering, didn't realize.
Okay, I'm gonna just put it out there because I don't really care. So one of my coworkers came back into like, our little office space or whatever with all the project administrators, and she was like, "Oh my God, there's like
human fecal matter."
Shit.
I was trying to keep it PG.
When have I ever kept anything PG on this thing?
Fair
but
in
the toilet bowl, which obviously it happens.
That's where it's supposed to go.
But there was shit on the walls, y'all. Shit on the walls.
What I think it was is somebody probably was having like a bad stomach day and like literally was hovering because they don't want to sit on a public toilet, and like it had more force than they thought. So instead of like pooping, they sharted and it.
Whatever the case may be, there are Clorox wipes and bleach all the time. They keep that stocked in our bathroom.
Deny. You run away from there, you ain't doing it.
No. Honestly, and then the cleaning crew at my job is horrible. Like I genuinely feel like the cleaning crew probably are friends of the fucking owners or something, because they barely ever do their jobs.
They don't even do a deep wipe down. It's just kind of like
there's no reason why the bathroom floor in the women's bathroom is always fucking sticky if you clean every week. Exactly. I
can like hear the squelching.
Oh. There's no reason why the unisex bathroom is cleaner than the woman's bathroom.
So you might as well just start
probably
using
at
unisex.
most like maybe I give it maybe about 15 to 17 women in the office.
Might as well start using the unisex.
I said that literally after first of all, after I found that out, I didn't even go to the bathroom at work at the end of the day like I usually do when I'm right before I go to Bible study. I waited till I got to the church because at least I know who cleans the church. Shout out to Clean and Pristine. It's a plug for my family's business. If you
hire them.
Need any commercial businesses cleaned, hire Clean and Pristine. That rhymed.
If you need any commercial businesses cleaned,
call Clean and Pristine. Yeah.
You should write a jingle.
No, they're gonna have to pay me for what I just came up with. Honestly, I need 10%.
You know what that reminds me of?
What?
The Jamie Foxx episode. Oh, yeah. Where play white rice, see how it boils. Oh.
I take it back. I have a separate don't piss me off.
Okay.
My don't piss me off is you. It actually is you.
What I do?
You don't love Bow Wow at all. Oh. And your lack of love and respect for Bow Wow and his artistry bothers me and my homegirls.
Your homegirl's gonna have to be bothered. I didn't grow up here in that era.
You have no idea how many DMs I got when I posted that, of how many people that was like, "Are you serious?" Like Bow Wow, like for literally. It don't even matter. Like, no, it don't even matter. I just feel like that is a stain on our relationship.
Stain on our relationship is
I don't know
crazy.
if this is a cultural difference that I will be able to get over.
Well, you're going to have to.
I don't know if I can. We are talking about the Boward. Okay?
Boward?
Mr. 106 in Park, okay? Listen, don't even get me started. Because that's a legend. He is a legend. We don't treat him like one, unfortunately, but he is a legend in our hearts.
Over it is the word.
You still pissed me off. Still pissed me off. I can't even believe it. I'm over here, y'all, going crazy, rapping fresh as I'm and he come in the kitchen just looking at me while I'm washing dishes like, what? Well, and I'm like, bro, what?
Well, first of all, actually, what I was coming in the kitchen to do was take off the speaker.
That's even worse.
From the bedroom. I was trying to go to sleep.
No, you weren't. We were vibing to the music together. Me in the kitchen, him in the bedroom. We got the little iHome speakers. We listening to them together. And on the Bow Wow song, he comes into the kitchen to turn the speaker off in the bedroom.
Bear in mind, this is 11 o'clock and I have to be up by 6 a.m. for work. Of course, I had gotten out the shower.
It was closer to 10.
It was not closer to 10.
Yes, it was.
Absolutely wasn't.
It was closer to 10, number one. And number two, it doesn't matter because you literally didn't go to sleep until closer to 12:45.
Because you kept talking to me.
That's a...
You didn't?
Okay.
You didn't?
What were we talking about?
You really want me to say that in public?
It was about Bow Wow and how you are disrespectful to his legacy, and we uphold the Bow Wow legacy in this household.
All right. So my peak of this week.
I don't like the feeling of being dismissed like this.
Because I'm not going to understand it. I didn't grow up here.
Oi.
I made that so clear, abundantly clear.
Okay, and you you weren't even interested in the history lesson. And that's
not
why
at
like
10 o'clock at night.
Whatever. We gonna play next time we in the car, I'm playing Bow Wow.
That's fine.
I know it's gonna be fine because that's what I'm playing.
More power to you.
What's your peak?
My peak this week. I
called this man Boward Woward.
I was gonna let you have it. I was gonna burst your bubble.
Continue.
My peak this week was I'm getting back on my weight loss bike. Okay. That's a big peak. I fell off for a little bit. Like literally fell off hard. But
give yourself some grace.
It's a journey. We keep going. We fall off the bike, we get back on. So I'm back on. So that's my peak. And in that I've lost a pound. So
a win is a win.
A win is a win.
A win is a win.
Listen, it ain't easy to lose a pound. And when you put into perspective what a pound is, that's kind of crazy.
See?
But we take that win. Valley this week. I have just been finding myself not having that much energy this week. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I'm a lot more tired as of late.
I feel like you know where I was about to go. Mm-hmm. I won't say it. It's okay. Go ahead. Continue.
Motherfucker. Anyway, so I've noticed I've been more tired this week, so I've been trying to get myself on a program of more rest. I don't know what that looks like, but I feel like I need to take more time off. So,
you got about 600 hours of PTO.
So I'm considering taking a week pretty soon because it's either I feel like I'm burned out or my body's just completely exhausted. So it's
probably a mix of both.
I need to listen to my body before my body forces me to listen. What else?
Don't piss you off.
So my don't piss me off. I actually don't think I have one. I do.
Okay.
But they might watch this, so I'm not going to say that. Communication.
Okay.
Because I think you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I don't think I do.
Yes, you do. It happened Sunday night.
Maybe, but it's not coming to mind.
You know exactly what I'm
pretty sure you.
Sunday night watching TV, we get a text message and we're like, "What the hell?"
Oh, yeah. No, it worked itself out.
It worked, but that's still my don't piss me off. It worked itself out, but
yeah.
Do better.
Correct.
All right. And with that, I'm actually handing over this episode to Melanie because this episode I'm going in blind and she gets to run it. So over to you, Melanie.
Don't say my name like that.
You don't even like when I say your name, period.
Well, don't make it worse by saying it weird. So this is our wedding episode /
anniversary episode.
I thought you were handing it over to me because of what I was going to say was this is our wedding episode in honor of our 6-year anniversary.
6 years.
Yeah, we at this point, well, as of March 31st, we will have been together 6 years. Well, before we get into it, like the, questions and such, what is the biggest thing that you've learned in the last 6 years about yourself?
Biggest thing I've learned.
The biggest thing that you learned from being in this relationship with me, but just about yourself.
Wow. Yeah, it ain't this much fun. It ain't fun on this side.
It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
What have I learned the most or learned about myself in the 6 years?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, my mind has gone blank. But if I had to choose one, I would say love is a choice. Love is choice. Loving somebody is a choice. And choosing to be with that person every day is what makes love special.
That's what you learned about yourself?
Mm-hmm. Because I used to have this like fairy tale idea that love is this.
I see what you mean.
Big, mushy, romantic thing, but
you're the Prince Charming in Cinderella.
But love is boring some days.
Correct.
Love is we don't do anything and we lay in the bed the entire day and watch TV.
We might not even watch TV together. You might be on your phone. I'm watching TV or vice versa.
Exactly.
So, okay.
So
love is a choice.
Love is a choice.
Love is a choice. I like that.
How about you?
I would have to say the one thing that I learned about myself in these last 6 years is that I am capable of being like the mushy, loving, like just over, like, oh my God, my man. Like
I have infected you with the love bug.
Yeah. And I guess in kind of round that out and generalize it is just a bit, it's just that I am capable of change. I am not the creature of habit that I thought that I once was.
That part.
I mean, I am in a lot of ways, but at the same time, those are also choices. Those are things I'm choosing not to change because it doesn't affect per se anything. But I would definitely say that like I am capable of change, and that when you find the right person, changing for someone or changing with someone is not always bad.
Agreed.
It's not always bad.
I absolutely agree.
So yeah, I think that's what I'll say that I've learned.
Snap.
All right. So let's get into it. So before we get into the questions from our friends and followers and such, I have a few wedding quick fire questions.
Oh God. Okay. All right.
I mean, some of them are like, we'll start with the quick fires. Ready?
Yep.
First look or see you at the altar?
See you at the altar.
That changed. Because you were a big advocate for a first look.
Initially, yes. But then I realized that I am a lot more emotional the closer we get to the wedding. Mm-hmm. Just because of like certain people who aren't here to witness it anymore. So I don't want a situation where right before the wedding and I'm standing at the altar with bloodshot red eyes because I've been crying and like 30 minutes
because
prior.
Of the first look. And
yeah. So,
okay.
No.
So if you're going to cry, you basically like just do it all at one time.
Just do it all at one time. Do it at the altar. You get the reaction. You get everything and I'm good.
Got it. Okay. So next question.
Yep.
Why you say yep like that? Small wedding or big celebration?
Are we talking now or like in general?
Just do both.
General, ideally, big celebration. Now, small.
Really?
Absolutely small.
What's small to you?
Honestly, 50 people.
50 people.
50 people.
My opinion changed.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I'm no longer small wedding by choice. I'm big wedding.
What happened and what changed?
Planning.
More words.
I don't know how to explain it. It's just been planning what most would consider to be a big celebration has been fun. And I think that one of the most encouraging things is hearing from multiple people, like, at least, well, the ones who are obviously invited.
Yeah.
But the ones who are like telling us how excited they are, to be there and to be a part. So I think everybody's positive attitudes and their excitement has made the big celebration much more appealing than it did before.
Okay, fair. I'll give you that.
Okay. Traditional vows or write your own?
Write your own.
Honeymoon, beach or mountain?
Beach. Who wants the honeymoon in the mountain?
I don't know. There are some people who probably would.
No.
Maybe like a little like mountainside
Sounds
cabin.
cold.
With like a hot tub.
Sounds cold.
Okay. Wedding registry or honeymoon fund?
Honeymoon fund.
Facts.
Give me the money. Especially after spending all that money on like feeding y'all and giving y'all drinks.
The least you could do.
Payback.
Classic first dance or a choreographed routine?
That's a good one. That's a good one. And when you say classic, are you talking like the regular old two-step that people be doing?
Like
or are we talking like a tango or a merengue?
The classic first dance is usually people playing their favorite like love song. Is usually
and
slow and they're just like all in love in their own little bubble as everybody watches.
Okay, the only reason I would pick the traditional one is simply for... There's only one reason I'd pick the traditional one. So that I can understand what people be actually saying while they're doing that dance. Because it looks like a conversation is always happening.
Oh, it always is. Unless they're like so wrapped up in the lyrics of the song, they be like cracking up at each other.
I want to know what actually happens in that moment and what they're talking about. That would be the only reason I'd pick a traditional one.
Screaming. Okay, last couple ones. After party or straight to the honeymoon suite?
After party.
Facts.
That was actually born from Courtney and Ray's wedding.
Yeah.
That after party was legendary.
Yeah. Who's more likely to get the drunkest, you or me?
You.
That's not fair. The reason why I say it's not fair is because like I'm smaller, so I think that's why. I really feel like that's why.
Cap.
All right.
You would, per volume, you'll probably drink more than me.
True.
My point, you would end up being the drunkest. And the reason I wouldn't be drunk is because I'd have to carry you.
I don't want to be carried out my own way, and that's so embarrassing. That feels embarrassing.
I feel like it's going to happen.
No, it's not. I'm going to keep it real cute and classy.
Sure.
Real cute and classy.
We said the same thing about Courtney and Ray's wedding, and guess what? We stumbled our way through the hallway.
But was I walking?
Barely.
Technically.
If I could find that clip of you sprinting down the hallway, I promise you I'm putting it in.
I took them heels off. And our room was the second to last room down that long
hallway, and she was sprinting.
I had my bridesmaid's dress on, and I took off.
If I find that video, I promise I'll put it in if it's appropriate. A drunk Melody at 1:00 in the morning, running down the fucking hallway.
All right, last one. Vows.
Okay.
Tearjerker or short and sweet?
Oh, tearjerker. My goal is to make you cry at these vows.
What? Why?
It's not hard.
That's not true. Well, when we talk about in general, yes.
It's not hard for me to say certain words to make you cry. And I won't even do it intentionally either. I think one of my gifts is just I'm very good at stringing words together.
You right. Okay. So that concludes the quick fire.
Wait, you didn't answer some of those for yourselves.
Oh, I mean, I can.
I mean, for yourself.
Let me go back. So let me see. We had... Oh, well, there's another one I do want you to answer because I'm curious if you'll be honest.
Okay.
Who's more likely to cry first at the altar, you or me?
Me.
Okay.
Without a doubt.
Sure.
Without
so
a doubt.
It's 100%.
The moment them doors opens, I might cry.
Okay.
And this is the only time I'll ever admit that. Otherwise, I'm not crying
it's
at the
on
wedding.
Beyonce's internet. So this is you might as well have admitted it in
I control editing.
What's the word?
Perpetuity.
I can't say it.
Perpetuity.
I can't say it. I'm done trying. So, okay, first look or see you at the altar. I'd rather see you at the altar.
Yep.
But I do want a first look with my bridesmaids.
Okay.
I want a first look with my girls.
Is that a wedding nugget?
Oh, a little.
That's a wedding nugget. Nugget.
Little one. I don't even know if I even told them that. So if y'all watching,
I'm gonna start doing like a nugget counter.
Well, I mean, it's not like I know what we're not saying.
Okay.
Like, small wedding or big celebration. Obviously, I changed my answer, and now I'm very much so big celebration. Traditional vows are write your own. I'm not necessarily opposed to either one. The only thing I just don't mess with the traditional vows is the to obey part. Cause no. And then the write your I don't care. And then the write your own vows part, I just know my vows won't be better than yours. So
no, I thought the only reason that you wouldn't pick the traditional is because of the does anybody object part.
Oh, that was gonna get taken out too.
So you're basically scrapping the entire tradition.
No, not the whole thing.
Yes.
Not the whole thing.
Yes,
just those two parts. Just to obey. No, not agreeing to that.
Why are you not agreeing to that?
That it's something about the word obey that just don't feel like free will to me. And I'm always gonna have free will. Like, to obey. Okay, no, don't be an asshole. Like, I
get what you mean.
And I understand what they mean when they put that in the vows. I
exactly.
get it. But to obey,
I get what you're trying to say, but I think you're focused on the word versus the meaning.
Well, then I think the wording needs to be changed, because at that point, what you're saying is what you mean, right?
I get what you're saying.
In your vows.
I get what you're saying.
I'm not saying I'm lying in my vows. Like, I'm starting our marriage off horribly.
But the thing is, I would tell you things to do and you would obey.
See, that just feel real dog-like.
Oh my.
Don't.
But it's true, though. It's true, though. You just don't like how it sounds.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't. No, I don't.
The same way you would tell me things that I would obey.
Okay, but if you're okay with it being called obedience, then fine. I just can't say that I'm gonna stand at the altar and be like, to obey. No, absolutely not. No. What else? What else did I ask? Wedding registry or honeymoon fund? For sure, honeymoon fund.
That part.
Classic first dance or choreographed routine. I think I would like a mix of both. Like, maybe it starts off with something choreographed and then, like, you know, a bit of a little moment, but then, like, you know, maybe go off into some choreographed routine to make it interesting. Like, I've been on the looking in of so many weddings, and it's just like, in that moment, after a while, you just like, all right. Like, we get it. You in love. Y'all got married. We know y'all in love. Like, I get it.
Spare us.
Please. After party or straight to honeymoon suite? For sure, after party. But, like, I think I'm more of like a kickback sort of after party vibe. I think that's where
I'm not like a full blown party.
Yeah,
more like
I think I'm like more in between. But even when, like, I was younger and, like, we would do like that, all like hanging out and stuff, I was always more of the person who enjoyed, like, kickbacks more than I did like going to the clubs, like, you know, when we was in college.
Fair.
Who's more likely to get drunk, the drunkest at the reception? Probably me, I guess, because I do drink more than you. What else did I ask? Tearjerker or short and sweet? I don't know.
Really?
I would love to be. What is that, like, how I would want you to say your vows to me, or how I want to say my vows to you?
Let's go both.
You to me, it doesn't matter which one I choose, because it's more than likely going to be a tearjerker. It doesn't matter. Me to you, I would love for it to be a tearjerker, but I can't guarantee that I'm going to be able to pull tears out of you. I don't know. So, yeah.
In this emotional state that I'm in, you probably would be.
Don't get me wrong. I'm going to try my hardest. Like, we're going
to blow for blow?
I am trying my hardest to find some of the most beautiful words to string together, but in, like, I don't want my vows to sound like something that don't sound like me either. Uh-huh. But I've been like, anytime I think of something, or anytime I see like an idea, whatever, or when watching a video on TikTok of somebody else about, like, there's something that I think is cute that I could use as an idea. Mm-hmm. Like, I've been keeping track of those things for the last 2 years. Like, I have like a little vow note that, like, I have ideas, but it's just not it's sort of put together. The current vows that I have, you know, said to my maid of honor. Mm-hmm. And it made her tear up. Mm-hmm. So, you know.
So, my vows are already written.
Yeah, your vows probably have been written since the engagement party.
My vows have already been written, and I read them to your best friend.
Who?
Nathan.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
When was this?
And Manny.
When was this?
The only person who I don't think Gabe has heard them yet. But
Nathan. When was this?
None of your business. But let's just say, even they say you're cooked.
Damn.
They say you're cooked.
Whatever. So, I damn near don't even want to try, but all right, whatever.
No, you still got to give it a valiant effort.
I'm going to give it a valiant effort because you deserve those words.
I appreciate that.
I think that you deserve to hear those, you know, those sweet little words. And
I deserve.
Don't steal my song. But yeah. Quick fire questions.
That was good. I like that.
Period. I'm glad you liked it. So, first question that I want to get into.
So, are we saying who asked the question and then giving the question?
Nah, we just go with just
say less.
Just red dust the question.
Say less.
So we're gonna start with not a serious one because I don't think this is gonna take long for us to answer. But the first question is: have we ever thought about canceling the wedding and not getting married and just continuing our relationship?
No.
I mean, I said it was gonna be short, but I didn't. You want to use more words as to why?
I don't think there's a reality where I don't marry you. And if there is a reality that I don't marry you, we're not together.
Okay, but I mean, for you, why is marriage so important?
Well, outside of the fact that I'm Christian.
Okay. I mean, there's some Christians who just don't.
That I absolutely 100% believe in one man, one wife. That's my thing. Mm-hmm. Secondly, I think that I'm going to use your words. This is me, my opinion. I don't know anything about anybody else. But in my opinion, marriage offers a certain level of stability when you start to build a family. Because there's a certain level of commitment that is offered in a marriage that isn't offered in a relationship. Also, as somebody who works in healthcare, I am not going to not have a decision on whether you live or die.
A lot of people don't think about that part.
I have seen some shit where...
Whose voice was that? But all right, go ahead, continue.
I have seen some shit where a boyfriend, a long-term boyfriend, they've been together 10 years.
Like common law partner or
Not
whatever?
even common law. They've been together 10 years.
Right, but is it after 10 years is common law?
I don't know, but,
I think so, but
sometimes maybe, but it has to be common law if you're living together.
Oh, okay.
10 years, they've been together. The guy has a car crash. He's on life support. Girlfriend can make no decisions. And because the mama don't like the girlfriend, she decides to pull the plug.
That's extremely vindictive, but
so
I get where you're going.
I refuse to have that level of security. And two,
to not have that
level of security. And then finally, bringing children into the world is really, really difficult. And if you've noticed, people who typically are not married, my opinion, typically people who aren't married, very few of them last after they have a child together.
Okay.
And plus, I love you too much to let you go be with anybody else. The fuck?
The question said just cancel the wedding, but continue the relationship. It wasn't that we would break up.
I proposed to you. You said, yes, we're getting married. The only way we cancel that wedding is if there's like a health issue. If it's a health issue, okay, makes sense. If it's a finance issue, we can go to the court and get married. So,
okay.
How about you?
No.
And what are your reasons?
Well, I mean, obviously my first reason is I am also a Christian, since you just love leaving me out of the
Bible says salvation is a personal thing.
All right. But I am also a Christian, so I do believe in, in marriage, just in a general sense. Outside of that, I think my biggest reason for it, I just feel like when it comes to me and my opinion,
you and your opinion,
I just feel like the biggest and the best thing I feel like I could give to my person is me. Like that level just of, I don't want to say security because it doesn't necessarily have to do with security. It's
loyalty, maybe?
Maybe just loyalty and just all around love for somebody. Like I'm trusting you with me in front of God and essentially on paper with the government. Like for me, that's just the biggest thing you could give somebody.
It's like you're signing your life away to the person and signing your life away really legally too to that person as well.
Yeah, as far as what I can give you of myself, like obviously, you know, people are like, oh, my kids are the greatest gift that she could have ever given me. I get that. Mm-hmm. But until we cross that bridge, we ain't there yet. But as far as like I'm concerned, I believe in the sanctity of marriage. I do. And I mean, that's, you know, there's just no other huge reasons I should say behind it. I just believe in it. I just believe in it. I think that everybody deserves someone. Now, I'm not saying that marriage is for everyone.
That's true. However, if you're not getting married, make sure you have legal documentation in place should shit hit the fan.
Correct. But yeah, I'm not saying that marriage is for everyone, but it is for me. It is for me. For me and my house, we will serve the Lord.
Amen. Now we quote scripture in the wedding episode.
I mean, you know.
Amen.
Next question. Was there ever a season of long distance?
No.
Yes.
When? Oh, I always forget about that.
I don't see how. You were the main one whining when it happened.
You didn't. Well, yeah, you didn't care because you was out living your life.
Living my best life. Are you kidding me?
So for the first 6 months of our relationship, she was actually gone.
I feel like, okay, here's the thing. It wasn't actually 6 months because the first couple months were rehearsals. If to you it felt like 6 months.
It was 6 months.
It was not. Only reason why it feels like a full 6 months to you is because the first couple months of rehearsal, I just didn't have time because
so
I was working
months.
during the day. I would leave work, go to rehearsals, and then rehearsals lasted till like evening, like late. Mm-hmm. Then I would have to get up, go to my regular 9 to 5, and then but I
was basically single.
No, you weren't.
Because you were gone. Literally. So at that time, she was working with a. I think I said it on the podcast before. She was doing the play.
I was doing a musical.
She was doing a musical. Yeah. So for the first 6 months of our relationship,
I was in like play rehearsals
and on tour. So yeah, there was a season of long distance. I still would never forget when you came back for my first birthday while we were together.
Oh yeah, I surprised you.
Yeah, you surprised me.
Because I wasn't actually.
You weren't supposed to be here.
Well, first of all, before we even get there, I just want to say for everybody, like just everybody that's just watching, when I first started this whole like being in this musical tour thing, we were still just talking. And then we got an official, like once the tour schedule was put together, we got an official date on when we were leaving to go to the first stop, which was in Michigan. And even after that first stop, I was going to be back in Michigan, I think for like a week before we went back out.
What's your point?
Either way, this man, was it
the week before?
No, it wasn't even a full week. I want to say it was might be somewhere between 2 to 4 days before we left for the first tour stop.
Which is still the week before.
But it's not a full week though. I just want people to know, like it's not even 7 days and it's not even 5 days. This man asked me to be his girlfriend right before I left. And then afterwards we got home or whatever. After the whole like bliss had came down and he asked me to be a girlfriend and everything. I think it was like later that night, I think we were on the phone and you was like, yeah, I'd be damned if I would let you go out on tour and you was finna be single.
Yeah, the fuck you thought I was? Like, what? You wasn't about to be going to sell your royal oats in different states.
Oh, my royal oats is crazy.
You was not doing that. I was not playing that. And especially, you know these theater kids be a little horny sometimes. So you were not going on no tour, nowhere, traveling multiple cities like Carnies.
Carnies is crazy. Don't disrespect the art.
Y'all was not traveling through multiple cities. And then for somebody to say, oh my God, you did great in the show and bring you flowers. Fuck out of here. Fuck I look like. That just pissed me off. But yes, there was a season of long distance for like 6 months and then she came back home and then all was right with the world.
Yeah. But where his birthday is concerned, I was out of town for your birthday.
Yes.
It was in June. And you had a brunch that year.
Yes,
you had a brunch that year, and so I got dressed up to go to rehearsal or to go to sound check for the show, which I never do. And I got dressed up and everything, and I was like, I got dressed up for your birthday, and I sent you a picture and everything. And I think I came back home the next weekend, and I didn't tell you. I came home and I just like popped up at your apartment.
At first, you weren't sure I was going to be home, so you actually got the apartment keys from my brother. but then I was home.
I think so. I think you ended up. No, it wasn't from your brother. It was from your sister.
Yeah, and then I ended up being home, and then you called Manny and told Manny to tell me to come outside.
Yeah,
and then you were outside.
And I had like your gifts and like everything. It was a whole moment. It was
I actually still have that gift too. I still wear it actually that's my like everyday work shoe.
It was that, and it was some sneakers.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The sneakers, the pink sneakers.
I thought no. Oh no, I'm thinking about the. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about the chain, but I had to replace that. You got that for yourself, and I replaced that. That was a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
But so that answers that question. There definitely was a season of long distance, and it was very early on in the relationship.
Yeah, we had to. There was a lot of trust that had to go into that boy. A lot of trust.
How do y'all deal with issues, especially when it seems like there's no way out?
That's a good one. So we've kind of touched on this one before with the truth moments. That's one way we deal with them. Mm-hmm. But then I think we've also gotten to a point where we've kind of learned to agree to disagree on certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've gotten to a point where we've learned to, like, there are some fundamental things that we'll have to like talk through and come to a compromise.
Correct.
But for the most part, we understand that we're both very different people and with both very different life experiences. Mm-hmm. So we try to always find what our middle ground is. But one thing I've actually noticed us starting to do, because it actually recently just happened like last week, we've actually started to apologize about how our actions and how we communicate things makes the other person feel. Because we never do it maliciously. Mm-hmm. We know that it's not ever to be in ill intent, but sometimes things can come out rough. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that really answers the question per se, but like, I don't think we've hit something that we just don't both agree on that will never get fixed. Or did I not answer the question at all?
I think you answered it. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I think my answer, how do you deal with issues, especially when it seems like there's no way out? I think the question is, I mean, I get where he's coming from with the question, but I don't think of anything as like a way out when there's a problem. It's just a way through.
Yeah.
It's a way through. Like you don't make your way out of a problem because at some point the problem's gonna pop back up.
Yeah.
You make it through said problem. And I think that is what will stabilize the foundation of your relationship when you realize that, well, granted, a lot of times, especially in a relationship, it doesn't feel like it. But when you get to a point where you can understand that it's you and your partner against the problem and not you versus your partner, I think that's when a entirely new level of communication and problem solving, I think, actually happens within a relationship.
And to be clear, in the moment, that is not easy to do.
No, it's not.
It's not easy to do.
And a lot of the times it doesn't even happen in the moment.
So I just think that there has to be a base level of really how y'all deal with problems. And I think from there, that's kind of going to determine how you kind of move through everything together. There has to be a baseline of respect that you both have for each other to kind of make it work. And that'll really set the baseline for it's both of y'all versus the problem. So, yeah.
All right. Specifically wedding related.
Okay.
Someone would like to know, who is y'all DJ and how do you both know him?
Shout out to DJ Uncle Eli.
First of all, we just talked to this man last weekend.
Well, I literally had a whole almost hour conversation with this man. But shout out to DJ Uncle Eli. I've known him for really 9 years now. He's my frat brother. We've done many weddings together. I actually emceed my pro fights wedding that he DJ'd. So yeah, that's how I know Eli. Done many parties together as well too. So that's how I know. How you know him?
I can't even tell you like the specific moment in which I met Eli. I genuinely feel like it's like I met him somewhere, or we went to college together, and I met him somewhere, and it was just like he was just there ever since. Like I don't know, I can't even tell you. I might have met him like in like the calf area or something, or I might have met him Like maybe he met Damali first. I don't know.
He just kind of basically
it could have
popped
been
up and
at a
never
party
left.
somewhere. I don't know on campus. I don't know. But I just know that the moment I met him, we clicked.
That's fair. I respect that.
And when I was pursuing a singing career with my group, he was our first DJ, and that was right when he like first started like DJing.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess we gave him his first job. So I was his first employer.
First employer is crazy, and now look, he DJing your wedding.
I know.
Full circle moment, right?
I mean, same for you.
Yeah.
Full circle moment. So I'm really excited. He also DJ'd our engagement party.
Yeah, he did.
Yep.
And got a lot of compliments too. Which is good. Which is really what got you booked for the wedding. So
what he loved the most is the fusion between R&B and Afro beats. Which obviously this is basically the premise of the music for the entire wedding. So
yeah, if you can't do that, you ain't got nothing to talk about.
All right. What's been your favorite and least favorite part of planning the wedding?
Favorite part, doing it with you. Least favorite part, everybody feeling entitled to be a part of the wedding.
All right. That went quick.
That was not hard. That one is not hard. Okay. Rant. Incoming in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The level of entitlement people have when it comes to fucking weddings is ridiculous. You ain't putting a dime towards it, but yet you think that you're gonna be invited. You ain't putting a dime towards it, yet you think you have input. Get over your goddamn selves. It's like the moment you get engaged, people all of a sudden feel like, oh yeah, I know you. Let's get an invite to your wedding. I haven't talked to you in 10 years. What makes you think that I'm going, you know what? I've been told I waffle, so let me stop. You don't put money towards this wedding, fuck ya. You don't get an opinion, nor you might not even get an invite. I'm sorry.
Well.
Listen, that one I've been holding in. I have been holding that one in.
Have you been holding it in? Because you've said that I feel like you've brought this up at least twice. I
haven't given it the level of attention that I wanted to give it. You
technically haven't. You stopped yourself.
It's insane. People just feel so entitled to one of the most special parts of your life and barely try to cultivate a relationship with you or really even your partner. They just feel like because they've been in your life at some point, that gives them the keys to your wedding. Fuck you.
All right. Well, my favorite part of planning this wedding, outside of doing it with you, I will give you your props because a lot of the brides that I know, or even those, those that I don't, like who you don't talk about it on social media, their husbands usually don't play a part in planning the wedding at all. What's funny is that when we first started planning this wedding, I took the back seat. Yeah. Because I am more of a type B person.
I am very type A.
Yeah. I was very much so like I don't really have an opinion.
Until you had an opinion.
I don't really have an opinion. And I can't tell you what sparked me having an opinion.
I know exactly the moment it was. It was the moment we met with Sam.
At the reception venue? Well, okay.
The first time we met with Sam, when he kept telling, oh, you don't want that. You don't want that.
Yeah, because don't tell me. I never even told you what I liked.
And the moment you heard that, it's like a light switch went off in your head and you were like, first of all, who the fuck are you? You didn't say this to it, but you said it in the car. First of all, who the fuck are you to tell me what I want when I'm giving you my money? And that's when it switched for you.
Potentially. I can see that. So from there, I have a whole presentation that I created. It's not even like a template thing, actually, on Canva.
It ain't even a template no more. It's a playbook.
But say no, it's not. No, I'm saying like it's not a template where it was like you can go on Canva and pick like wedding planner thing. And
you built that.
I built a whole wedding planning details book. Maybe I don't know. I think maybe I'll do like a TikTok that just kind of like, you know how girls be like, the 10 things that I'm doing for my 2025. But like maybe I'll do that like once the wedding is over.
That was probably, I think really you've built, you've built your own nuclear football. That is like literally anybody could take what you've built and run our wedding.
I mean, that's the plan because Nico as the wedding coordinator, like I want her to be able to look at it and run with it. So just kind of like a rundown of what's in it. It has what our invitations are going to look like, minus like the changes that we're going to make to it. Has the timeline on when we're when we order the invitations, roughly when they should get here based off the estimate we got, and when we're going to send them out to people.
Correct.
It has the addresses for the ceremony and the reception. It has the vendor contact list. It has who's walking down with who, with pictures of the bridesmaids and the groomsmen.
Yep.
It has all of my bridesmaids' dresses, both the American and traditional.
Yes.
It has
emergency contact numbers.
It has
who to call and in what order to call them.
Correct, because I am your last resort. I'm your last resort. Do not call me immediately.
We are the last resort.
We are definitely last resort, but you're second to last. Like, I'm the last resort.
Yeah.
Because don't piss me off.
Yeah. Because I'll probably be able to phrase it to you better.
But I have the order of ceremony for the wedding ceremony and for the reception.
Yeah.
Because nugget, I guess. I'm pretty sure people are probably trying to figure out. Well, no, that can be a separate thing because that is one of the questions. So I'll leave that separate.
Okay.
But yeah, it has the order ceremony for the ceremony and the Nigeria ceremony. It has all of the songs that will be played and in order in which that DJ Eli needs to play them.
So Eli, if Nico's like, hey, this song's incoming.
Well, first of all, he shouldn't even have Nico to have to tell him because it'll be right there. And I can print it out for him on paper, or we can put it in digital form so it's on his computer. However,
whatever format.
It's laid out because not only is that laid out, there's a whole separate presentation that I gave to my bridesmaids with like a timeline, frequently asked questions, a rough budget, and I also forced you to make one too.
First of all, guys are very simple. We don't need much. Meanwhile, I'm sitting in this call trying to give a presentation to my groomsmen, and they like, bro, could this just be a text message?
It could not. No, it cannot, because y'all men be super last minute. I'm telling you, the way I'm running this wedding, the way I'm planning this wedding, I feel like Denzel Washington off of Remember the Titans. We will be perfect.
If you miss a block,
you will run a mile.
If you miss a block, you run a mile.
What he say? I will put my.
If you fumble the football, I'll break my foot off in your John Brown hind parts,
and then you run a mile. That's literally how I feel. You and your groomsmen on any bullshit, I swear I'm coming for y'all. But
there will be bullshit.
Y'all gonna be on all bullshit all day.
There will be bullshit. Because first of all, we're golfing the morning of the wedding.
While we up getting our hair and makeup done. Whatever.
Hey, man.
Anywho, but outside of that, though, my favorite part of planning the wedding has been my dress.
Okay. Dresses.
But my American dress.
Is a numbery. Okay. All right. I think she showed me her dress at one point, like No, you showed me like your inspiration. Okay, fine. You showed me the inspiration of your dress a long time ago.
Then, though.
Oh, it's changed since then.
Yeah,
See, I didn't know that.
The dresses I should say that I showed you initially that I thought I liked. Weren't like they hit until they didn't. Like when I found the one that actually.
So it's kind of like a Chrysler 300. Looks like a Bentley until you saw the Bentley.
Yeah. Basically.
Fair.
So yeah, that's been my favorite part of party planning has been my dress.
Okay.
And doing it with my mom.
Okay. You're getting multiple parts now.
Yeah, it's been special. It's been special planning
especially
because
of the only child. That probably hits different a little bit.
A little bit. My least favorite part of party planning, of wedding planning, actually has been the unsolicited advice.
Ooh.
As a bride, I don't care about what you did when you got married in 1998 and you had somewhere between 25 to 150 people when you were planning your wedding, and the ceremony, the dress, the tux, and the food, and the venues and all of that cost $5,000.
Yeah.
I don't care. That's the first thing I don't care about. The second thing I don't care about is what you feel like I should be doing instead of having a big wedding. I don't care.
Ooh.
Because first of all, it's the assumption that we're not having this big wedding because we want it.
Yeah, it's that assumption that, oh, you're doing this for other people. What if we actually wanted it ourselves?
It is no what if. I do. And if you don't know, ask me.
Yeah.
Don't just be like, well, why are you having a wedding when you could just go and get the house and put it down payment? Let me tell you something.
The house gonna get bought regardless. And to add to that, ooh, the people who give that advice and say, why don't you just go to the court and then have a party or reception after? You realize, motherfucker, the most expensive thing of the wedding is the goddamn reception.
Please stop yelling. But yes, as far as I'm concerned, though, I have friends on both sides of the spectrum. Mm-hmm. I have, friends who got married and did the big wedding and everything and perfectly happy. I also have friends who went and did the quick wedding in Vegas and bought the house instead. Also happy. Mm-hmm. Don't assume that just because it's a big wedding don't assume that it's because it's something that you wouldn't do that all of a sudden it's not the right choice. I don't want to hear that. Yeah. Because as far as I'm concerned, this is my day. At no point, especially with us being the main financial contributors to this wedding. Mm-hmm. Don't assume that I'm spending my money on something that I don't want. Yeah. Yeah. I'm having this wedding because I want it and I'm having it the way I want it.
As you fucking
don't tell me, I cannot stress enough about like how people, get so immediately irritated when people want to tell me what I should and shouldn't be doing with my money.
Oh yeah.
If I decide I wanted 1,000 damn people at my wedding, if I knew 1,000 people, I'm gonna have 1,000 people at my wedding and I'm gonna have a great ass time because my problem is that those same people who are continuously telling me what I should and shouldn't be doing at this wedding are still, if they're invited, they're gonna still be there having a time and be like, oh, your wedding was so fun. Well, if we had it your way, we wouldn't have had the wedding
in the first place.
I will make it clear right now. But I'm gonna say I am having this wedding because I want to. Mm-hmm. My guest count is the way it is because I want to. Also, and please do not confuse any level of complaining or frustration that I have about planning this wedding as me not actually wanting to do it.
Yeah. I can complain and still be excited about it.
I can complain and be frustrated, but that doesn't mean that I don't want this.
Yeah, it's like literally people complain about going to college but still be excited to get that damn degree.
I'm aware that you can go about marriage 101 different ways, but don't judge my fucking choices and then want to join in on all the fun once it's fucking completed.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing.
From nobody.
Nothing from nobody. If my mom, because usually you get the complaints from parents who are like, well, you should. My mom has been beautiful.
Mine ain't.
All right.
Let me correct. My mom has been amazing. My mom has been absolutely amazing about everything when it comes to the traditional wedding.
I didn't even finish what I had to say.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Then I just wanted to. Yeah.
My mother has been absolutely beautiful with me planning this wedding because I do not have a wedding planner. Mm-hmm. We are planning this wedding ourselves. My mother has been absolutely beautiful throughout this entire process. But if my mother, when she's even asked questions of her friends and people that she would probably have loved to invite, but can't come because either I was like, I don't know them like that, or like we don't got room. If my mother can tell people and put her hands up and be like, this ain't my wedding. If she cannot she can hold her tongue and not offer her opinion and just revel in the fact that I'm happy with what I'm doing, then so can you. Can't nobody if Melva can't tell me nothing, what makes you think you can?
Agreed. To my mom's perspective, my mom has been absolutely amazing. She's done everything that we've asked of her as far as a traditional wedding. However, she's still a Nigerian woman. She's going to try to push it. She's going to try to add more people. She has tried to get every Tom, Dick, and Harry and somebody who carried me when I was in diapers at 5 years old. She has had to understand that is not happening. It's a strict guest count.
Your mom has 6 other kids. She can have the wedding of her dreams.
With somebody else.
But, I ain't gonna say the wedding of her dreams because I don't think that any of your siblings will give her exactly what she wants. However, I think that your mother can take bits and pieces of everybody's wedding and put all of it together because some of y'all are not gonna concede with her about the same things, mm-hmm. right? So like you got us getting married this year and then one of your sisters getting married next year. There are gonna be things that we said no to that she's gonna be 100% absolutely okay with. So she can take certain pieces from ours and be okay with it, and then put it with your sisters next year. And then as your other siblings get married, put them all together, and that's the perfect wedding for your mom.
Piece by piece. All right.
Perfect wedding. But yeah, that's definitely the favorite and least favorite part.
Another least favorite thing before we move on, is how unregulated the wedding industry is.
I don't know how you can regulate it though.
I just like prices change and fluctuate ridiculously. Like
Correct.
In 1 month, you could get one price. You go back the next month, the price is like 10% higher.
Correct.
My advice.
Nope. Advice is for the end.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So the next question, which we kind of hinted on, was how are we blending cultures for the wedding?
Keep it short and sweet. We're having an American wedding, white wedding, or the typical
ceremony.
Traditional ceremony. And then during our reception, we're going to have a truncated, I use the word truncated very loosely, but a shortened version of a Nigerian traditional wedding in the middle of the reception. So that's how we're incorporating both, because we're not going to have the time nor really the funds to do a full traditional wedding, because
it's two separate events.
It's a whole day thing, and some people like try to lump it in one day, but really traditional weddings are done like, I've seen them done same day, but more often than not, they're done the day before the regular white wedding.
But no, I mean we're changing from American to Nigerian traditional. We have our bridal party also changing
as well. Yeah.
We have incorporated like right before going into the Nigerian ceremony, like there's like this like big family entrance where the song plays and your family just kind of dances until they, dance. Then they get to the dance floor, dance a little bit more, and then dance to their seats. We're incorporating that, but I mean, also, but within African American culture, we are we're jumping a broom.
Yep.
The bridal party will come out more so like the African American way, which is
all the bridesmaids
at one time, all the groomsmen at one time. We are having both American and Nigerian food.
And we're having both American and Nigerian first dance.
Correct. So I personally think that we are going to have a really good blending of culture for one big day.
Yeah. It's going to be fun.
I agree. What moment in the wedding or reception are you looking forward to the most?
What moment am I looking forward to? Getting my ring.
You're so shallow.
I can't wait to have my ring. You've had a ring for 2 years. My hand's been naked.
I'm screaming.
My hand's been naked. And my ring is bad. So
you remember what your ring looked like?
No, I don't. But
I feel like you do, and you're telling me that you don't remember.
But I know I liked it when I saw it. So I can't wait to get it back permanently. Yeah. I'm about to buy a wife y'all niggas to death. How about you?
The thing I'm looking for.
Was that real selfish?
No, I'm not judging your choices.
Okay.
I mean, it would have been nice that you were looking forward, to seeing me in my wedding dress, but I'm not judging your choices.
Hey, man.
And he's still not gonna change it.
I'm not going to.
Okay. All right. Okay. I think the one thing I'm looking forward to the most is I don't know, I guess honestly, and I don't know if this is corny, but the announcement of like officially like Mr. and Mrs. Ejogen Orhoro. I think that's probably what I'm looking forward to the most. I think that's just so odd.
See, now I feel selfish because yours is about us and mine is about me.
Let's be real. There are a lot of selfish things that I'm doing in this wedding that we're just not talking about because I control this episode. I'm going to look like Fair. I am just the blushing, beautiful, giving, excited bride that I am.
This is why she picked this episode for me to go.
Do you think I've been a bridezilla?
No, I've been a groomzilla.
You haven't been recently.
I don't think you've been able to see. I've been very caring.
You gotta stop calling yourself that.
I'm just being honest. I have been a Karen when it comes to this wedding, because a lot of the times what will happen is things will happen. It'll piss you off. You don't feel like dealing with it, so you'll just be like,
I just go with the flow and be like, you know, it is what it is. We just have to
and
roll
I'm
with
like,
it.
first of all, fuck that, because if I'm giving you this money, you're going to deliver exactly what we ask you to deliver. So I like writing emails.
Dear Mr. Hampton, I am a white woman in your establishment. She's going to have a BF.
Bonus points.
She's going to have a BF.
Bonus points because that is one of my favorite movies. I love you for that. I love you for that. What a beautiful chocolate man.
Oh my God.
That was a good one. All right.
Wow. What a beautiful chocolate man. Hold my bag. Wait, no, my favorite. I'm sorry. We going off on a tangent. What was Terry Crews's character's name?
Oh my God. I forgot.
Latrell.
He
was like, where's Latrell? On the dance floor.
Beep, 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 beep. You said what?
Catch Asia on the dance floor like Latrell.
Bro.
No, you know what? You gonna be Latrell and I'm gonna be Norbit off that wine cooler at the goddamn neighborhood party, okay? This is a bad house. That's gonna be me if anybody pissed me off during the wedding. The fucking bad.
Okay, back on track.
Ooh, shoot. That was funny.
That was funny. I'm actually smiling so hard, my cheeks hurt.
A lot of people kind of ask sort of the same questions. There is one. Mm-hmm. I don't know how much of it we want to get into, but it says, once you say I do, how do you think things will change when dealing with family and friends?
I don't think things will change. I think we're both very settled in who we are and what our relationship is. I think if anything, this gives us more license to be like, really fuck you, because this is our family without giving too much.
Okay. Without giving a whole lot of, to clarify. We have had our issues on both sides of the family and we have chosen to protect our peace.
Yes.
And protect our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
That mentality in which he speaks does not apply to all family members on both sides.
But some.
A few. However, I think first and foremost, how it changes just on the wedding day is it sounds so bad, but it's kind of like a shut up and smile.
Yeah.
Like I know for me, I have to be on my best behavior and not allow anything to bother me. Because I don't want to look back on the wedding and be like, oh, did you see? Yeah. And I don't want that. And so
you want to focus on the good.
Correct. And I don't even want to get to a place where like I even put myself in a position to even think about what could possibly go wrong, or put myself in a position where I feel like I might have to pop off.
Yeah.
Not on my wedding day.
Yeah.
So I'm going to choose my own happiness and peace, for that reason.
Yeah.
As far as like moving forward, I don't think anything changes unless a mutual conversation of relationships of the relationships changing happens. You know what I'm saying?
On both ends.
On both ends. We would have to everybody would have to come to a mutual understanding of being closer and give the same type of effort in order to be closer.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, that doesn't apply to everyone. I think we have close relationships with certain family members on both sides.
Yeah.
But it doesn't change a whole lot. Cause again, I'm going to protect my peace and our relationship always. But I'm at that point though.
There's a real, like, not to say like a relationship wasn't real before, but like now we're actually married. There's a real reason that we both need to bind together and stick together on everything moving forward. We present a united front at all times, at all occasions, to both sides of the family, because we do not let them get between us.
Yeah. I mean, there's this, unfortunately, families can break up marriages.
Oh, absolutely.
I think we learned that early on.
Mm-hmm.
We learned that well, I ain't gonna say very, very early on. We maybe learned that about 2 years in.
Yeah.
We learned it about 2 years in, that it's possible to get to the point where families can break up relationships. And we decided then that that's not going to happen.
If anybody gonna break up our relationship, it's us. Nobody else. And we don't plan on breaking it up. So
no, we don't. I'm not going through all of this just to not be together. So yeah. I don't, like I said, I don't think anything changes until it changes.
Yeah, agreed.
So because like I know where you were going with it, and I don't want to go on that note. Like I want there to be a very even playing field, or just non-emotional, non-hype way to describe the relationship or lack thereof.
Now we see who really is the firecracker in the relationship. Because I'll burn it all.
That's not true.
I'll burn it all.
That's not true.
I'll burn it all.
That's not true.
You're the sane one.
That's not true.
You're the sane one.
That's not true.
You think I'm the same one?
You are. And you know you are. And I don't even.
What's crazy is when two crazy people are trying to decide. No,
we're not trying to decide anything.
Okay.
You know for a fact that you're the same one.
All right. I'll take it.
But yeah.
All right.
So yeah, nothing actually, nothing changes until it changes.
Okay.
For how we deal with family and friends.
Mm-hmm.
Our dance routines corny.
Yes. They're corny. That doesn't mean we still won't do one.
Why do you think they're corny?
I think they're corny, especially when there's like one person in the couple that can't dance. I think they're really corny.
But we both can though.
But then again,
or at least we both have rhythm.
We have rhythm. I don't think I'm the best dancer, but either way it goes, I think that if there's any day to be corny, it's your wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah. If there's any day to be corny, it's your wedding.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. What's one thing you're most nervous about on the wedding day?
Tripping down the aisle.
You act like you have no coordination.
It's not about coordination. Like I've walked where we're getting married, and that carpet with like the shoes I plan on wearing is real slick. Or, new fear. There's this TikTok of this man that was standing at his wedding giving his vows and he passed out.
You don't embarrass me.
That is a fear.
Why would you pass out?
All I know, no, he locked his knees.
I'm talking about you. Why would you fear passing out?
Don't lock your knees. You could be standing there, just don't lock your knees. You lock your knees, you pass out. So I just got to remember, loose knees, bend your knees. How about you?
The one thing I'm nervous about?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Honestly, probably the vows.
Really? Why are you nervous about the vows?
No, take it back.
What?
Scratch that. I'm nervous about running out of liquor.
I just laughed and hiccuped at the same time.
That's what I'm most worried about. That's what I'm most worried about, because we have picked a venue. We picked a venue.
Fair.
We picked a venue where we provide the liquor, because I didn't want to pick a venue where they're like, oh, you have to pay this amount.
There's a bar minimum.
Well, there's a bar minimum, and then they buy a bunch of liquor that you don't drink. Like we're not getting a whole bunch of rum or a bunch of gin. Like I don't want that.
We wanted to hand choose our liquor.
Correct. I'm afraid of running out. Because, again, 100 people at the engagement party drank that bartender out of a house and a home.
Yeah.
And there's more people this time at the wedding than it was for the engagement party. And it's a bigger reason to celebrate.
I will be very surprised if they finish all that liquor. And
I will be surprised as well.
My goodness.
But we also picked a venue where there's a liquor store across the street.
That is also true. So if we got to make a liquor run and give the card to somebody to go buy more liquor for the bar,
then that's just what we got to do.
That's just what we got to do.
That's what we got to do. All right. Very last question.
Okay.
What advice?
Okay.
You don't have to like keep it to like one single advice. Like, what's the top 3 things of it? Top 3 words of wisdom or advice that you would give anyone planning a wedding.
Ooh, okay. So you want to go back and forth? I'll give one, you give one.
This is
how you know like you've been around each other for 6 years. First thing I would say is start early. I think for us, what really helped us was like, and shout out to Tega, we got engaged in August. By October. She gave us what, 2 October. No, she gave us really a month. She was like, enjoy engagement for a month. October, we're going to start looking for venues. To
the point where like she knew we were going to drag our feet. She made the appointments and was like, your work schedules, make time.
Yep.
I've already booked these venues this day and this venue this day and blah, 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 blah. I'll meet y'all there. Yeah.
She was the kick in the teeth that we needed.
Yeah, because we would have missed out. In reference to what he was referring to earlier for pricing.
Yeah.
We knew after we got engaged that we were going to have a 2-year engagement for financial reasons, because we don't want to go into too much debt. If we can just pay it off little by little within that 2-year time period, that's what we were going to do.
Yep.
Which we are currently doing, which was the best thing we could have done.
Absolutely.
Because up until this point, I mean, I don't know if you care about putting it out there, but up until this point, we are 6 months away from the wedding and we have gone into no debt.
Yeah.
Paying for this wedding, and we are more than halfway done.
Yep.
Well over halfway.
Well over halfway.
To paying for it 6 months away. So.
And we're under budget.
Under budget for sure. Yep. But the reason why we were able to do that is because we knew like you said, we knew we were gonna have to do a 2-year engagement, and we started booking the really, really big vendors in 2023 to lock down their 2023 prices because their prices were going to change in that next year. And then if we would have waited till 2025, it would have changed again.
Yeah.
So from what we were understanding from a lot of people we were talking to, wedding prices would have gone up at least 30%. Well, I think 15 to 20% if we would have waited to start booking in 2024.
Yep.
And then a full 30% if we would have waited to start doing things in 2025.
It goes up anywhere from 10 to 15% each year.
Don't wait.
Yeah. So that would be my biggest advice. Don't wait. Do not wait.
Yeah. My biggest piece of advice would be to make sure that you pick great quality friends for your bridal party. We have y'all didn't hear, but Adriel's stomach just growled so loud.
My bad. I'm on a diet. I'm not eating as much anymore.
It's okay. I am grateful for my girls.
And my guys.
My girls have, especially my maid of honor. Okay. Give my girl her tings. Okay.
Tings is crazy.
My girls have been on it.
Yeah.
I am extremely happy so far with everything, how it's played out, the support that I've gotten from each and every one of them, how on time and timely they are. They're planning my entire bachelorette party. I have no idea where we're going or what we're doing. I just know on what days I have to wear certain things, and I got to just go buy whatever it is they tell me. So
ditto. I don't know where I'm going either.
Yeah.
I just know that I had to send him the money for the flight.
Yeah.
Delete the Delta app.
Just make sure you got good quality friends around you when it comes down to planning your wedding, because you will need that support.
Yeah.
Don't pick people as like, well, I've been knowing them for such. No.
Yeah.
And it may hurt, it may be weird, but you have to pick people who you know is like actually down for you. And it helps that the people who are down are the same people who have been around for that long.
Absolutely.
So take inventory. I say that a lot. Take inventory of your friends. Make sure that this is what those people are, good quality people that are going to be on time and actually because the purpose of a wedding party is to help you get down the aisle.
Yeah.
Pick people who are going to help you get down the aisle.
Yeah, because you hear some real horror stories of bridesmaids pulling out last minute.
Bridesmaids. I know of a couple who got married last year that the maid of honor pulled out and did not show up.
You're right.
Did not show up to the wedding.
Yeah, you are. I know exactly what you're talking about.
The maid of honor did not show up to the wedding, and they still haven't talked to this day.
Yeah, so that's a big one.
Correct.
That's a big one.
This is what the last piece, right? We've both done 2?
No, we've done 1 each.
Oh, okay. No, we've done 2.
What was my first one? Was start early.
Oh, mine was friends. Got it.
Yeah. So, this might sound dumb, but set a very realistic budget for yourself. Because I think one of the first things we did was we set a number that we were not going to go past. And the moment it got past there, we were like, nope, we're not doing it. Mm-hmm. So set a realistic number based on your finances, what you're willing to deal with, what you're willing to go through.
What you're willing to pay for.
What you're willing to pay for.
Correct.
And then build your wedding around that. You don't want to go into this willy-nilly because shit can add up quick.
Facts.
Quick. So, budget.
My second piece was do not, and I've talked on it already, but do not let the opinions of other people about what they feel like they would do or what you should do affect how you plan your wedding. Because at the end of the day, it is your wedding.
That part. If
you want to have 10 people or just you and your partner and a witness going to the courthouse or whatever, 3,000 people, I don't care, or have it on Zoom and have the whole Instagram Live.
Yeah.
If it's what you want and if it's what you're comfortable with, do it. Whatever makes you happy. This is the time and the event to be selfish. Do it.
Cool. That's a bar. This is absolutely the event to be selfish.
This is absolutely the event to be selfish.
Yeah.
You don't have to care about anybody else outside of you and your partner.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're coming to see you. You are the main event.
Mm-hmm.
So act like it.
Yeah.
Plan like it.
That part.
Dress like it.
Mm-hmm. Be the moment.
First of all, because at that point, I'm David Ruffin. And these are the temptations.
Yeah.
Well, we I guess, are David Ruffin.
We.
All right, last piece of advice, go.
Last piece of advice would be have fun. One thing I've been focusing on, and I think this happened recently, is shifting your focus away from the negative and focusing on everything good. Keep it short and sweet. Focus on the grateful moments. Like really embrace the attitude of gratitude because so many things are going to want to piss you off.
Absolutely.
So many things and people are going to want to piss you off. But try to focus on the good moments. Hold on to your partner. Actually, to add to that also, this is a message to men. Please be active in wedding planning. It takes a load off. Please be active in wedding planning. You don't know the amount of mental stress it takes on your women, and that is the quickest way to start to build resentment in your relationships because you're starting it with dumping this entire mental load of the wedding on her. And then you think you can just show up. And you think you can. Do not just show up. I have been active. Yes, there are certain things that I know that she's better at me in handling this wedding than me, but I know that, okay, what I can do, I'm going to do. For example, liquor. You were like, okay, I need you to figure this out. I went to the liquor store and I handled that with the vendor. Photography and videography is on me. Engagement pictures and all of that stuff was on me. Like, take as much as you can off your plate. And if you're not good at it, delegate to your groomsmen too. Correct. I had my groomsmen doing things for the wedding as well. Like, hey, I need this handled. I need this handled. Please, please, please. This is your day too. Correct. Be actively involved in the planning because you don't want a situation where wedding day comes and somebody's asking you a question and you have to be like, oh, wait, let me go ask the bride. That's the dumbest shit ever. And as a photographer, I've seen it happen and it pisses me off too. And I just hit my mouth on the mic, but we're going to leave that alone. So yeah, that's my cue to shut up. I'm screaming. I think my last piece would have to be make sure that
don't get so caught up in wedding planning you forget the reason why you're planning this event. Keep your partner, keep God first, or whatever your center is. Ours is God.
Yep.
God is first.
Yeah.
This relationship, this wedding, everything that surrounds it honors our faith. It honors God. But I would definitely have to say, hold what you were about to say, which you kind of went off on a tangent a bit, which I'm glad you did because it was mine. But hold on to your partner. Yeah. Remember why you're planning this wedding in the first place, because it's not the wedding. The wedding is just one day. You have a whole lifetime of a marriage that you have to deal with. And in order to do that, you need to start off on the right foot. In order to start off on the right foot, you need to make sure you are holding on to your partner.
Yeah.
Love on your partner. Like, just make sure that everything from top to bottom, from beginning to end, is a great experience for you and your partner, so that you're still in love once it's all over. And after the wedding, you're just trying to figure out what the hell happened. And now you're just sitting back at home. Like, don't get so caught up in the wedding that you forget about your marriage. Your marriage is the most important piece of your wedding. I will say it again. Your marriage is the most important piece of your wedding. Your wedding is 24 hours. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Your marriage is going to be what you make it, but it starts at the wedding.
Starts at the wedding. And with that was a great episode. I really enjoyed it. Great job, babe. Like, that was really good. I think I can start offloading more episodes to her now.
Nope. Don't you ever get too comfortable.
All right. With that being said, y'all. With that being said, y'all, you know what the deal is, man. Give yourself grace and give others grace, whatever necessary. Keep growing. Keep doing the next right thing. And until next time, keep growing.